Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Dennis Bickmeier, of course, the track president at Richmond Raceway. I know you guys are excited for in a couple weeks at this time of recording for the first week of April, which is literally coming up next week. How excited are you guys to be back, have racing back at Richmond?
Well, very excited. I mean, when you've been doing racing here at Richmond Raceway for over 70 years, I haven't been here for 70 years, but it's hard not to get excited when you're out in the community and people are talking about the race coming up. And again, with such a long history and legacy in the sport, the races here mean so much to our community and to the fan base here. So obviously we're excited because they're excited. And, and we do what we do, a couple times a year to get the facility ready to greet these great race fans. And it's just so much fun when you think about, this time next week, some of them will start to arrive in campers and RVs. So the excitement builds every day. And then it's just great to see the fans when they get here and welcome them in.
Okay, so when did, for clarification, for all the fans out there watching this, when are campers allowed in?
They're allowed in on Tuesday of race week. We used to kind of stagger their arrival, some on Tuesday, some on Wednesday, some on Thursday. We said, come on in on Tuesday. So we'll have a pretty good amount that'll join us on Tuesday, and then we have a triple header weekend, April 1st through the 3rd. So they'll start arriving, getting their areas set up. And it's interesting too, the camping experience at NASCAR races. So many of them have been camping next to each other for so long. They've become like family, and this is their, twice a year get together.
Okay, so of course you said triple header weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and I know a lot of people up in the Northeast are excited about this one. The modifieds are going to be racing in April. Just talk about that modified race for a second. I know that it's to bring that back. I think last year was the first time you guys brought it back in a long time. But to have it back again, it's definitely going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, they came back in September, and now they're on this earlier race weekend. And last September when we had them, it was the first time in years that they've been here. And again, we have some really hardcore race fans, and kind of like the questions I would get asked, like, okay, when are the trucks coming back? Well, we answered that question a couple of years ago. When's the modifieds coming back? We were able to answer that question last year, and then to have them on the schedule again this year. What's really cool is they're actually racing in Virginia, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, 3 times this season. So Richmond kicks it off, and then Langley Speedway, and then Martinsville later in the year. So a unique opportunity for everybody in that series to be able to come to Virginia a couple of times and race, but also for the fans around here that go to those races, that really love the modifieds. They got some great opportunities to see them.
Of course, this is the first time the next gen car will be at Richmond Raceway. I know that's got to be pretty exciting for you guys.
It is, and the first time that it's on a short track in a points paying race. Obviously, we kicked off the season at the LA Memorial Coliseum, and that was just a tremendous opportunity for our sport to kick off the season that way, to showcase the new car, to do something completely different inside of a football stadium that hasn't been done in many, many years. But then to, get here in Richmond and race on a short track. And when you look at, what's been happening in the series so far, you see, a lot of our young talent doing really well so far. I mean, it's fun to watch. Some names that we don't always talk about in the top 10 or in the top 5 are there. I think it's going to just make for an unbelievably competitive race here in Richmond.
I think all the winners have been under the age of 30 so far this year.
I think that sounds right. And then, when you look at guys like, Austin Cindric winning the Daytona 500, getting that win, now he's got to have a good year and stay in the points to, be one of those 16 drivers at the end. But, I don't know if a lot of people had Austin Cindric penciled in or Chase Briscoe penciled in. They certainly have the ability to win races. We've seen that, to qualify for the playoffs, but maybe not a lot of people could see that, and if they were penciling out the top 16. that's a couple spots that are going to be difficult for two other drivers to get in. I think that just takes the level of competition to another height, as we go through these first 26 races.
And not just the Cup Series, just all three, like Xfinity, trucks, goodness. Lots of young talent, and a lot of young talent are, one in particular is going to debut at your racetrack. Nothing like a local area kid. Of course, I'm talking about Raja Carruth. How about that? How excited are you about that, to have him kick off his Xfinity Series tenure at Richmond?
Well, it's a home race for him, coming out of the DC area. And we've gotten to know Raja a lot over the last few years. And first of all, he's just a quality individual. So happy for him and his family to have the opportunity. But then he's a great talent too. So as he's really trying to hone his skills at a variety of levels in NASCAR, but then to have this opportunity here in Richmond, man, just thrilled for him. I know I'm going to be keeping an eye on him for sure. And like I said, we got to know him through our iRacing platform. But yeah, just really, really excited for him, and looking forward to seeing him get going here on the racetrack.
Okay, so let's talk about all the what can the fans expect for this weekend. What have you got planned?
Yeah, we may run out your whole podcast here with some of this stuff, though. I will tell you this. So 11 years here, I've never seen a lineup of like things to do like we're seeing right now. I mean, we have 3 stages that are planned for out in the Midway area, which is crazy. I mean, just so much programming, from music to driver appearances, driver Q&As, current driver, former drivers. I mean, go down the list. So a lot of, programming on stages from an entertainment standpoint, first and foremost. But then partners like Toyota, they do so much to engage the fans. Kind of the same thing. Like, they'll be bringing out their drivers to make appearances. They've got games, they've got giveaways, but they're not the only one doing that. We've got a variety of partners out there doing that in the Midway area. So really, it comes down to the music, the food, the appearances, kind of that festival attitude that we experience, that we want to bring to the weekend. And then also the opportunity for fans to upgrade their experience and add on an infield fan grounds pass, and to go down in the infield and get up close to the cars and see the crews working on the cars. And now that practice and qualifying is back, that adds to their experience down in the infield as well, because there'll be a lot of movement of the cars in and out of the garage and things like that. But kind of the same thing in the infield, kind of replicate what we do in the Midway. Another stage in there, more appearances, more music, and just, again, kind of creating that festive attitude, atmosphere.
Not sure if you're ready to reveal this or reveal any, but who are some of the names we're going to be seeing, if you can reveal them?
Yeah, well, I think Toyota's really good about bringing out their driver lineup. I mean, it is the Toyota Owners 400 weekend, so they pull out all the stops for their owners and for fans of Toyota and for the race fans overall. So you can definitely plan on a number of appearances from Toyota drivers throughout the weekend. So I think we all kind of know that lineup of Joe Gibbs Racing, and then the 2311 guys as well. So definitely look for those guys. A number of Xfinity Series guys. I don't have the full list in front of me in regards to the Xfinity Series drivers making their way out there, but you can go to richmondraceway.com. We're going to get all that stuff posted here, I think, by the end of the week, so that race fans can kind of start planning their day and mapping out the timing of everything. We try to do a really good job of communicating to our fans when everything's happening, kind of know before you go type of communication that we email them, that's also on our website. So I would definitely point the fans to our website to find out when we get all those times and appearances locked in.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that there's a lot of fun thing. 2 races once again this year for you guys. The Truck Series. If people are wondering about the Truck Series, they're going to be in August, coming up right with you guys. And I know both weekends you're trying to work on a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I think our job as promoters is to make each of the weekends unique and have a different feel to them. And so, this April one, really, we feel like we have something for everyone. So whether you are a longtime fan, That's, it's all about the on track opportunities. So again, with practice and qualifying back, talking to some longtime fans, they're thrilled about that. And then new fans. I mean, so, whether you're here for the first time to see racing, I always say that the racing is the culmination of a great day on the racetrack. It's all these other things that we do to fill up your time with these appearances, and again, the music and the food and all that. So I think for those fans that are just trying us out, they'll enjoy the racing. I can tell you that, but they'll enjoy all the other things that are going on around the facility as well. And for those that are kind of in between, again, that's where it goes back to, you can do a whole lot or you can do a little, but it's really up to you to kind of plot out your day.
All right. Well, Dennis Bickmeier, thanks for coming on and spending some time with us. I know everyone's excited about this upcoming weekend with you guys. Of course, the Toyota's Owners 400, not this weekend, but next weekend at Richmond. So excited for that. Of course, the Xfinity and the Modifieds are going to be there too. So fun stuff there. But Dennis, I know I'll let you get back to what you were doing. Congratulations on all the successes, and we'll talk to you sometime in August.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, just looking forward to having everybody out here. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks.